I'm Grant Claytor. I go to the University of Delaware and I study sociology with a minor in music management. I make the style that a lot of independent musicians make, and I am an independent musician. I sort of start to understand what people think my music sounds like by the playlists that I get put on, and sometimes it's playlists that are like, I'm really sad, and then other ones is like surfy beach vibes. So maybe somewhere in between. My role models or inspirations sort of change as I go through like my own like transitions as an artist. So depending on the album, it'll completely change. For this most recent one, I've been listening to like a lot of Japanese pop from the 80s. Also taking from like a lot of 80s, like whether it be like underground stuff like Joy Division or like New Order, or like way more poppier stuff like Genesis or Phil Collins. Either way, I kind of sort of took like a very 80s approach to the most recent album I did. My music making process, I think it all varies on location, and location matters a lot to me. For the most recent record I did it mainly on my laptop using, guitars, bass, some like drum samples and stuff for some of the tracks. I sort of had this set up in a place that I was staying in the summer, and then in my parents' house I had a little setup where I did like half the album, and then here in my apartment I sort of finished it off. And then I recently bought an analog tape machine, like a reel-to-reel, and I sort of did like a hybrid master on that, sort of bouncing all the songs to the tape and bouncing it back to my computer to sort of get like analog sound. And now I'm sort of toying with like cassette recorders and stuff, and I plan on getting like more reel-to-reel, like 8-track, more like almost like an 80s or 70s like professional studio setup.